All right, I'm sorry. The record just got disconnected. Okay, so this is where we stopped. After we call someone, we need to add a comma, and then the pronoun I must be capitalized. Then we must end our sentence with a full stop, exclamation mark, or a question mark for sure. All right, next. Dad, I am hungry, said John. Here, this is very important. Focus. All right. Dad, I am hungry. Who is saying, Dad, I am hungry? Jean is saying. How do I punctuate this sentence? I use these two little inverted commas. They look like 66. And then after or at the end of the speech, we put 99. Again, they look like 60. 699. See? 6699. Again. Here, let's forget about the speech marks for now. Let's just punctuate this one. Dad, I am hungry. We said we need to capitalize the D as here, and then put a comma, make capital pronoun I am hungry, and then full stop. But is this the end of the sentence? Dad, I am hungry. We still have the rest of the sentence. We still have said John. So we cannot put full stop here, and we still have like part of the sentence is missing. The sentence is not yet over. All right, here said John, focus, focus, focus. This is called the reporting verb. Said John. Cried John. Whispered John. Shouted. Any verb that tells me who is saying what's before the reporting verb. Again, Dad, I am hungry. Said John. Said is the reporting verb. What's before it was said by John. Again, I believe you already took that already, but I'm going to go over it again. So how do we punctuate a sentence with a reporting verb? We need what? Speech marks or inverted commas or 66 and 99. Again, we call them speech marks or quotation marks or inverted commas, and I call them 66, 99, right? 66 and 99, and the speech is in between them. All right, very good. I hope everything so far is clear. So we open speech marks, we start with capital letter, we add a comma after we call somebody, we change the lowercase I into capital I, and then I do not end with a full stop, I put a comma. And by the way, there is a mistake in this PowerPoint. This comma should be here, inside the speech marks again. So we put a comma here, and then we close the 99. Again, we open 66, capital letter, comma, capital pronoun I, and then instead of the full stop, we add a comma because we still have part of the sentence, right? And then we close the speech marks, and then we add the reporting verb. Said John. John is a person's name, so we need to make the J capital J, right? Okay, so this is what we call direct speech. It's a speech said directly by someone. All right, moving on. Dad, I am hungry. We do not, inside the speech marks, if this is John and this is what John is saying, again, this is John, and this is what John is saying. If I'm going to write on a piece of paper what John said, I have to write everything exactly like he said it. I cannot change anything. A direct speech is a sentence carrying the code, the exact words of someone else as it is, no changes, and it includes a reporting verb. What's the reporting verb? Said. And it has the speech marks. It starts with 66, ends with 99. All right. We're going to watch a video now, and it's going to make everything be clear. Very important 3 things in direct speech you need to always take care of: speech marks, reporting verbs such as shouted, asked, and sighed, and cried, and screamed, whispered, and so on, and the punctuation, comma, question mark, capital letters, and so on, exclamation marks. So these 3 things you need to take care of whenever you are writing or punctuating a direct speech sentence. All right, let's watch the video and then come back to continue here. All right, here is our video. All right. Here is the video.
Astronaut Vicky was on her first space mission. She had just passed her space driving test. The spaceship shuddered to a halt, and Astronaut Vicky fell out of her seat shouting, "Oh no!"
Here, oh no, this sentence uses speech marks or quotation marks or inverted commas. Keep watching.
This sentence uses speech marks to show what Vicky said.
All right.
Speech marks, also known as inverted commas. Let's look again at the sentence. The spaceship shuddered to a halt, and Astronaut Vicky fell out of her seat shouting, "Oh no!" You use a comma to separate what's being said from the rest of the sentence. 2 speech marks are used to show when Vicky started speaking, also called direct speech. A capital letter is used to start direct speech. At the end, the punctuation goes inside the speech marks, and what's being said is finished with closing speech marks. Let's look at that again.
All right, so we mentioned a couple of rules here. We said, here, where is the reporting verb before we move on? Where is the reporting verb?
Direct speech. Used to show you use a Vicky fell out of her seat shouting, "Oh!"
Yes, oh no. Fell out of her seat shouting, "Oh no!" Where is this the reporting verb? The verb that tells me someone is going to be talking now. The verb is right here, shouting. After the reporting verb, I added a comma. I added a comma. Why? To separate what is being said by Vicky from the rest of the sentence. The spaceship shuddered to a halt, and astronaut Vicky fell out of her seat shouting, "Oh no!" Again, here imagine we have 2 characters talking in this story. The first character is not actually a character, it's just a narrator, someone who is telling you the story. And one character inside the story, and the narrator is outside the story. He's not part of the story. Again, we said we have one character and one narrator. The narrator part is the first part here. The spaceship shuddered to a halt and astronaut Vicky fell out of her seat, shouting. All of this part before the speech marks, this is the speech of the narrator, the one who is narrating the story. And once we have added a reporting verb like shouting, this means we are going to start the speech of one of the characters. So we need to mark the character's speech. So how do we mark it? We mark it using speech marks. Let's listen to this part of the video again. Again, here we're having a narrator, someone who's outside the story, and he's just telling us what's going on. And one character inside the story, the narrator, once he wanted to say exactly what the character said, he started the speech with speech marks like this. All right, let's watch the video again. Or this part again.
No! You use a comma to separate what's being said from the rest of the sentence. 2 speech marks are used to show when Vicky started speaking, also called direct speech. A capital letter is used to start direct speech. At the end, the punctuation goes inside the speech marks, and what's being said is finished with closing speech marks.
Again, punctuation, comma, capital letter, and exclamation, and the speech marks, and the reporting verb, which is shouting.
Let's look at that again. A comma separates what's being said from the rest of the sentence. Use speech marks at the start and end of your speech. A capital letter begins the sentence. At the end, you can use either an exclamation mark, question mark, or full stop, but put it inside the speech marks.
All right, this is it. The rest of the video is already uploaded on LMS, so please, you can check it. You can watch it till the end, but this is what I want. This is what I wanted to show in this lesson. The rest of the video is, of course, important for you to see it, but we're not gonna watch it all. It's already there. I need to explain something, so let's go back to our board. All right, so we have 3 ways of having speech marks. We said one in the PowerPoint presentation, like when we said, we started with the speech marks. We said dad, comma, I am hungry. And then we put a comma inside the speech marks. The punctuation was inside the speech marks. Dad, I am hungry, said John, and then full stop. This is one sentence. The other sentence is like astronaut Vicky shouted, and here we started with the reporting verb first. We add a comma after the reporting verb when we start with it, and then we open the speech marks, and then we say or we write what she said. Oh, we start with a capital letter. Oh no! We put the exclamation mark inside the speech marks, then we close the speech mark. All right, so what's the difference between sentence number 1 and sentence number 2? Sentence number 1, we started with the speech, then the reporting clause. In sentence number 2, we started with the reporting verb, which is shouted, and then we continued with the speech. Can you see? All right, let's use the same example. Oh no! Exclamation mark goes inside the speech marks. I close punctuation, and then I say, astronaut Vicky shouted. I add a full stop. All right, can you see these 2 sentences? These 2. Astronaut Vicky shouted, I added a comma to separate the reporting verb from what's being said. Oh no! I opened speech marks. I started with a capital letter. I ended with exclamation mark inside the speech mark. Then I closed the speech mark. And then the second sentence, I started with the direct speech itself and I opened speech marks. I started with capital letter. Oh no! I put exclamation mark. I closed the speech marks and then I added the reporting verb. Astronaut Vicky shouted. This is the reporting verb. So do you see the difference? Okay. One more example. I like bananas. Said, no, said Ahmed. I like bananas. Said Ahmed. And we can also make it. Ahmed said, I like bananas. We need to punctuate these sentences. Let's start with sentence number 1. Okay, where is the speech said by Ahmed? Where is the reporting verb? It is right here with red. Reporting verb. Where is the speech itself? It is right here with yellow. So we're going to put what around the speech? We're going to put open speech marks. I like bananas. I put a comma because this is not the end of the sentence. I close the speech marks. Again, I put beside the punctuation. Okay. All right. And then we have said, reporting verb as it is. Ahmed, A will need to be capitalized. All right. Can you do this one? Here I started with the reporting clause or the reporting verb. So it is going to be, we're going to write Ahmed with capital A. Ahmed said. After the reporting verb, I need to add a comma, open speech marks, capital letter, I like bananas, and then here full stop, and it goes inside the speech marks. I hope now everything's clear. All right. Look at both sentences carefully. Here with no additions in order not to confuse yourselves. Here we go. Open speech marks. I like bananas, comma, close speech marks, said Ahmed. Oh, I forgot something very important. Here, I should add a full stop at the end. And then the other one, when I started with the reporting verb, I said, Ahmed said. And then I added a comma. I open speech marks. I like bananas, full stop, close speech marks. Very similar, right? All right. All right, so let's punctuate these sentences together. I do not want to see you again, shouted Nazira. All right, so we're going to start. How are we going to do them? We're going to open speech marks, capital I do not want to see you again. Here he's shouting, so we need to close with a comma, full stop, or exclamation. Shouting, okay, it's exclamation. Very good. Let me make the handwriting smaller. Okay, I do not want to see you again. I end with exclamation mark and then add speech marks and then I say shouted Nazira, and I capitalize the N because it's the name of a person, and I end this with a full stop. I do not want to see you again, close the speech marks, shouted Nazira, capital N for this name, and I end with a full stop. Next, we have a question. Why did you tell her that? Asked Liana. We open a speech mark, start with a capital letter. Why did you tell her that? And then question mark inside the speech marks, close the speech marks, and then we say asked, the reporting verb. Liana, capital L, end with full stop. Okay, I just changed the bulb 2 days ago, sighed Rafi. Oh, I just changed the bulb 2 days ago. So this is just a statement. So open speech mark, capital letter I, just changed the bulb 2 days ago. Here, instead of ending the sentence with a full stop, no, we're going to add a comma. And close the speech marks, and then side the reporting verb, capital R for the name Rafi, and then put a full stop at the end. Again, the only difference here is the last one. Okay, here in number 1, I used exclamation mark because somebody's shouting. In number 2, I used question mark because somebody's asking. Here, it's a sentence. Yes, I should end with full stop, but it's not yet the end of the sentence. This is the end of the sentence. So I cannot put a full stop in the middle between the direct speech and the reporting verb. I have to put a comma. All right. Let's see them. Here are their answers. All right. Let's see if we did them right. See? Oh, but this one took an exclamation, but imagine that it took. I added a comma intentionally because I wanted to show you if it's just a sentence like I like bananas, you should at the end put comma, close the speech marks, and then continue with the reporting verb like this one here. All right, I hope everything is clear so far. Exactly like we did it. All right. And very important, we don't put a comma after the question mark or the exclamation mark here. If we end with question mark, just close the speech marks. Don't add commas after them. All right. And that was it for today's lesson. I hope it was useful and you guys understood it. See you next time. Goodbye.